Austin St. John's former BFF, Cord Newman, half of Dumb and Dumber. If you guys don't remember, Austin St. John was arrested and pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. And in the end, he actually testified against Cord Newman. Cord Newman was found guilty and he has yet to be sentenced. But if you don't remember, Cord Newman is requesting a new trial. Oh man, he wants to be acquitted or get a new trial. And I'm not going to bore you with all the details of everything. Long story short, his argument for being acquitted is, hold on. In this case, the government called several witnesses during their case, including Andrew Moran and Michael Hill. The two main defendants of the case, Hill and Moran, both provided contradictory and unreliable testimony to their credibility. Nevertheless, neither Hill nor Moran testified that the defendant had any knowledge of the unlawful purpose of the agreement, that he acted with specific intent to defraud. Additionally, neither Hill nor Moran testified that the defendant, which is Cord Newman, knew that the monetary transactions involved criminally derived property. All right, so he basically trying to discredit Moran and Michael Hill and say they provided inaccurate testimony. Now, if you don't remember, these were the same people who got arrested when Austin St. John got arrested. They all got arrested the same day. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to discredit them. And he says, their testimony, Hill and Moran intentionally misled him and others about the nature of the purpose for their own financial gain. At one point, Hill speculated that the defendant should have known Moran was filling out fraudulent loan applications because no one receives that money simply by providing basic information. This is the same loan that Austin St. John signed off. However, both the pertinent statutes require that the defendant have knowledge, not that he should have known. Thus, the evidence and law were insufficient to establish defendant's guilt, and this judge should grant an acquittal. Alternately, because the verdict is contrary to the weight of the evidence, the verdict is not supported by substantial evidence. The court erred in charging the jury in refusing to charge the jury as requested. Court should grant defendant a new trial. Now, since then, the state has responded. The government has responded to it. Now, once again, I'm not going to bore you with the details. Let's just get to the good stuff. Let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. The argument of the government. So remember, the government has convicted him like they convicted Austin St. John, like they convicted literally 100% of the people who was arrested were convicted. Okay? Were convicted. All right. So the government responds to Cord Newman's. Over the course of the trial, the government presented loan applications, text messages, which I did show you the text messages, financial records, co-conspirator testimony, and other evidence to prove the defendant had requisite mens rea to commit the charged fraud, money laundering conspiracy. Newman's first motion and retort fixates on the credibility of two co-conspirators. Not only does he mischaracterize the testimony of these conspirators, but he ignores the totality of the other non-testimonial evidence that proved the defendant's knowledge and intent. You see, there you go. Knowledge and intent. People are like, well, Austin St. John didn't intend to do this. I'm like, Ninja, you're literally about to see Austin St. John snitch on himself later in this, okay? Later in this. Now, I've showed you the text message exchanges. That's, we can talk about it where, Hill sent you Andy Moran number because he got a forgiven loan for $225,000 from the government. So I told him I was sending all my boys to him. We all can put into a trading account that's earning 20 to 40% a month. Newman, yes. The government also presented evidence that Newman sent Moran Essential information, including driver's license to obtain a loan, discussed a substantial payment to Moran for his help in getting it. Austin St. John did the same thing, right? Austin St. John sent Andrew Moran a copy of his driver's license, everything that Andrew Moran could get the loan from. So just, everyone did the same thing. Okay. And months later, after initial loan funds were exhausted, Newman expressed interest in a second round of PP funding and even received messages from Moran regarding a fabrication of paperwork to submit the application. Newman, do I need to order checks? Moran, I'd say yes, but let me see what I can do editing-wise so you can edit a fake check. Okay, brother. These messages were taken in isolation, showing willful participation in criminal conspiracies. So these were the same messages that would have been used against Austin St. John because his goofy ass sent the similar messages, confirming it. The text messages were corroborated by financial records presented. For example, the agreement to invest loan funds was demonstrated by Newman's substantial transfer of loan funds within 1 day of receiving the PPP money. Austin St. John did the same thing. This is why I keep telling people, if Austin St. John would have pled not guilty, you literally could switch out Corey Newman's name, put Austin St. John in there, and the same evidence would have been used because they all did the same thing. $140,000 transfer to Michael Hill. Newman's agreement to launder the funds is further demonstrated by his use of the loan money to pay Moran his kickback or service fee, and likewise demonstrated by his non-business personal lifestyle expenditure of the remaining funds. Now, here we go. Here's your boy Jason Geiger coming into play. Newman's knowledge and intent was further corroborated by the testimony of co-conspirators, including Jason Geiger. Jason Geiger. Now, if you don't remember, I told you guys a while back that they conspired to defraud the government in Austin St. John's garage, where originally it was Michael Hill talking to Court Newman about it, and Austin was so thirsty, he was so broke, he wanted to, hey, I want to be a part of it too. Now you're about to see that. Now you're about to get that. The testimony of the cooperating defendant showed there was a collective, undisputed understanding of the following key facts among the co-conspirators. The PPP was a business loan program. PPP was funded by the government. 3, the defendants would use PPP funds for unrelated investments such as foreign exchange currency, which Austin St. John did. Indeed, Geiger even testified that Newman discussed the loan program with him, introduced Geiger to Michael Hill, and met both Hill and Geiger to discuss the logistics of applying. Goddamn. Well, he didn't intend to defraud the government. Brent, where you at? He didn't intend to do it. The government lying. I think the government's telling the truth. Yeah, he was out to defraud the government. Hey, right here. Indeed, Geiger even testified that Newman discussed the loan program with him, introduced Geiger to Hill, and met with both Hill and Geiger to discuss the logistics of applying. Damn. You hate to see it, right? You hate to see it. Thus, viewing the evidence in light of the most favorable to the government, the jury entered a rational verdict. Newman cannot overcome his heavy burden here. The court should deny his motion. And the court will deny his motion. This ninja going to jail. And shout out to Austin St. John for helping put him in jail. Ain't nothing like, you being free while you putting your homie in jail. You know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, Corey was offered the no jail option, but he was too full of himself. So he pled not guilty, took it to trial and lost. Austin St. John would have did the same thing. It would have had the same fate. So there you guys have it. Right there from the government. Do I still need to pay for the transcripts? It's $440. Let me know. Do we need to get the transcripts? But what do you guys think? Austin St. John testifying that they discussed the loan program with him, and Court Newman introduced Geiger to Hill and met with both Hill and Geiger to discuss the logistics for applying. There you go. More evidence to show you that he intentionally set out to defraud the government. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.